Skip Bayless, one of the most polarizing figures in sports media for decades. He thrived on controversy and taking an aim at athletes like LeBron James, Aaron Rodgers, and countless others. But his obsession with being the contrarian voice will ultimately lead to his downfall. It didn't happen all at once. The cracks began slowly as fans and athletes, even his colleagues, grew tired of his inflammatory takes. And finally, one moment, the Damar Hamlin incident marked the beginning of the end. And soon, as in recently, Skip Bayless would be accused of sexual harassment and trying to pay a female 1.5 M's to have sexual relations with him. Skip built his empire on creating arguments, no matter how far-fetched. But when you live by controversy, you will eventually die by it. This is the satisfying downfall of Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless first gained notoriety as a sports journalist in the 1980s, writing for prominent newspapers like the Dallas Morning News and Chicago Tribune. Known for his sharp tongue and strong opinions, he quickly rose through the ranks. Even as a young journalist, Skip was not shying away from confrontation. In Skip Bayless' time covering the Dallas Cowboys in the 1990s, where they went on to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls, he would go on to write 3 books. In one of Skip Bayless' books called Hellbent, he would mention that he thought Troy Aikman was a homosexual, and also that him and his head coach Barry Switzer was not having a good relationship and they hated each other. This would fuel Deion Sanders to go on an interview and confront Skip Bayless on live television.
And insight. Is Troy Aikman gay?
I think it's criminal for a guy like that to write a book that is based solely on speculation.
Let's go. Let's get right to it, baby.
Skip.
Where do you get off stating that one of my teammates is a homosexual? Where are your facts? Do you know how detrimental that is to a guy such as Troy?
I don't state that at all. This book is about a very troubled, paranoia-plagued relationship, or lack thereof, between your quarterback, Troy Aikman, and Barry Switzer that disintegrated over a 2-year period to where they didn't even speak the last couple of months of last season. Their fan, I talked at length to Troy.
About all that.
Now,
I'm
wait a
talking
second.
about the homosexual part.
When it got so dark, as you recall, in early December, the final grenade lobbed from camp to camp was that, you know, the old rumor, it's 5 years old here in Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm sure a lot of people had heard it before, that Troy is gay. Now, I've talked to Troy about it.
I have never heard that. This is a man. I'm not gay, but Troy is a good-looking guy.
He is a good-looking guy. I agree.
And I'm
now,
sure
I talked to Troy.
I'm sure he can get any woman he wants.
He says he is absolutely not gay.
Do you know what
yes,
an
I know
accusation like
exactly
that
what it is.
will do to a guy like Troy Aikman, whose endorsement
Now,
potential is unbelievable?
Troy says that he's gotten a lot of mail about this over the last 4 or 5 years.
I'm sure.
And he took the opportunity in this book to just completely shoot a hole in it. We're talking about 5 pages out of 300, and when you get to it, you'll just shake your head, and it'll be a pretty ho-hum part of this feud that's going on between them. You will put no credibility in it, no credence.
Skip.
And Troy took the opportunity to put it to bed.
Journalism 101. Journalism 101.
Right.
You do not print rumors. A rumor is just that.
This
It's a
was
rumor.
As the co-host of First Take alongside Stephen A., Skip developed his reputation as the king of hot takes.
No way Scottie Pippen was a top 50 player.
What?
Michael Jordan made him.
Oh,
yes.
you're going too
Don't
far.
get me started.
You're going too far, Skip. You're going too far.
I'm
Scottie
not.
Pippen is an all-time 50
Hey, let me
player.
just ask you a question.
So First Take, Skip would trash many different athletes, and he would also get infused on live television and shouting matches with co-hosts, but he had a different hatred towards LeBron. Skip would take any chance to trash LeBron. He felt as if nobody could compare to Jordan, and that led him to say very harsh things about the player. Many people look at it as the second greatest player of all time. No matter what LeBron James achieved, championships, MVPs, nothing was ever enough to silence Skip's criticism. Skip created a lot of enemies at ESPN. I mean, a lot of enemies, especially athletes. He had many shouting matches with athletes on live television where he would low-key disrespect them and say harsh things about their career.
You got no respect for
Really?
Tim
They
Tebow.
got it? Oh, my God.
Is that what you're
He's
saying?
all right. He's all right. I mean, come on now. Let's be honest, Skip. I can put up those numbers he was.
Oh, so you're
Let's
saying
be
you're a
honest.
better quarterback
I might
than
as well
Tebow?
play football.
But Skip's willingness to say what others wouldn't made him popular, but it also made him divisive. And when he moved to Fox Sports in 2016 to launch Undisputed, his combative style was unleashed like never before. But on Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, the show started off well for many years, but Skip always had like an evil side to him that he always pulls out whenever he gets a chance to. And that would lead to Undisputed going downhill. The first instance was when Tom Brady lost to the 49ers 35-7, and Shannon Sharpe was on live television criticizing Tom Brady, and Skip did not like it. Skip will blurt out that Shannon, even though is a Hall of Famer, is not on Tom Brady level. And Shannon Sharpe would take off his glasses in disbelief that his co-host would take a personal attack on him.
Stand it that Tom Brady at 45 is still playing this game at a very high level.
Yeah. You see these numbers?
Yeah.
These numbers say Tom Brady's not playing at a high level.
I need you.
No,
okay, you're
that's
in the
not what
Hall
it's
of Fame
about.
because you're scared to death of him because he's haunted.
Is Tom Brady playing bad?
Okay,
Yes or
yes,
no?
Yes, he played poorly yesterday.
What do you mean yesterday?
Okay,
All year.
But you're giving him 100%
I
of the
did,
blame?
because
That's just, you have no objectivity. It's just straight Brady hate.
Skip.
Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Skip, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Skip, I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what I got to see what you do. You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal.
Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you just
Go ahead.
You disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your dignity.
You would disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by far.
Have at it.
Okay?
Take off, bro.
I'm going to have at it because I'm going to have at you.
But even though in the moment many fans expected Shannon Sharpe to put hands on Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe decided to be the peacemaker and let it slide. But the media saw this clip and started killing Skip, bringing up his high school stats, bringing up stuff saying he's not even comparable to Shay Shay. The media started to look at Skip as the devil and saying he's just exploiting black man for his own benefit. People even recognized that Skip had never had a white co-host on his show. While this might seem a little far-fetched, I mean, he hasn't had a white co-host. I mean, I guess he has his preferences and co-hosts and what skin color he is, but Skip started to gain a bad rep. And what all made it fall down was when Damar Hamlin, the Bills safety, collapsed on the field, and Skip went on Twitter to say that they should keep the game going because this is a big game and it shouldn't be postponed. Sharpe publicly clashed with him, even refusing to talk after Skip blurted out as he was trying to give his condolences to Damar Hamlin.
A lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture, innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up
No,
this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanation. So clearly, somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
But this had fans in uproar, going as far as telling Skip to kill himself, and even more hurtful things. This probably was the main episode and the reason why Shannon Sharpe was no longer going to be able to work with Skip. And with Shannon Sharpe contract ending and Fox about to go in a new direction, Skip's downfall was inevitable. In the weeks that followed, Skip's reputation continued to decline. Fans launched petitions calling for Fox Sports to fire him. Ratings for Undisputed began to drop as viewers grew tired of Skip's antics. In May 2023, Shannon Sharpe left Undisputed, signaling the end of their partnership. Without Shannon Sharpe, Skip struggled to recapture the magic of the show. His new co-host failed to connect with audiences and the ratings continued to fall. By late 2023, Skip's influence had worn and his once dominant voice in sports media had become a whisper. But recently, Skip just made headlines after being named in a lawsuit where he was accused of sexual harassment, saying stuff that's perverted to a woman at a workplace, and also trying to pay a woman $1.5 million to have sex. Now, this is all allegedly, but the internet took this and is having a field day. I mean, even if it's not true, this is a very bad look for Skip Bayless. But his downfall is getting worse and worse and worse. He was done. Undisputed is done. Everything is done. But now that this case came out and he's getting sued for sexual harassment and trying to pay a lady 1.5 M's to have sex, people are looking at Skip as the devil of sports media.
Skip Bayless was really fond of Noushin Faraji. Yeah, and so when he would get close to her, he would give her lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body against hers and pressing against her breast. Listen, baby, I will give you $1.5 million to basically let me get those cheeks. Then she said, hell no, I'm not gonna let you get these cheeks. Then Skip Bayless got mad. Then he accused her of something crazy. You know what? You let Shannon Sharpe clap your cheeks. Why you not letting me clap your cheeks?
Documents, it say Skip would say nasty things towards her. Even when she be eating fruits or any kind of food, Skip would make gestures and stuff towards her. And when Skip would come in the morning, he would give her a hug and like hug onto her titties, like put his face on her titty. Like, this lawsuit is disturbing and crazy. Like, if Skip was actually doing this stuff on set as he was bullying Shannon Sharpe and saying all this stuff about LeBron James, he's the definition of the devil. I don't know how this man had a job for that long. But this lawsuit don't seem to be going nowhere, and this also had a lot of other people in it like Joy and Acho and Charlie Dixon. So Skip ain't the only one, but Skip is the main one. But it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline in the future, so Skip got a lot to deal with. But Skip Bayless built his career on controversy, but in the end, it was his refusal to adapt that led to his downfall. His obsession with being right and his inability to show empathy, alienating his fans, colleagues, and the very athletes he covered. The sports world has moved on, embracing new voices who bring fresh perspectives and thoughtful analysts. Skip's reign as the king of hot takes is over. Once a giant in sports media, Skip Bayless now serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that in the end, authenticity and respect matter more than controversy, and the world is better for it. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. Let me know in the comments if y'all think Skip will ever come back to sports media. And like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I can do better in these videos. Let me see y'all in the next one, man. No cap.